Hey everyone, another Ask My 123 Cents. I've gotten some good questions and I want to get them all knocked out, so I will answer some on the podcast, but I want to get this one in because it pertains to evolution and I want to answer it before the show, which is happening tomorrow if you are watching this video on Saturday. Matt Nelson wants to know, to me, what steps does the WWE need to make in order to make you actually believe they are serious about the evolution slash revolution? Yeah, I might be in the minority. I think WWE is sincere in what they're doing. And I know there are going to be people who argue you can't go to Saudi Arabia, a country that does not allow rights for women, and still preach this women's evolution event. For so many years, WWE did not. I don't want to say they didn't. They underutilized the talent on the women's roster. The women were obviously being used as eye candy. There was an era there. I've been watching wrestling since about 1983. So when I was watching, it was the Fabulous Moolah, it was Wendy Richter, eventually Sherry Martel, Medusa, those types that came through, but they weren't there for very long. And women's wrestling itself has evolved so much, and I think thanks in part to Impact Wrestling, for example, which did the all women's event, which I didn't know about until WWE announced that they were doing Evolution. So WWE has made strides, and I will give them credit for that. And I am not going to be a naysayer, and because honestly, not only is WWE evolving in its treatment of women, I think society is as well. And I think that in general, we as fans always want to look at the negative side. We want to look at they should have done this. They should have done more. They should have. I believe it when they say it, and I don't mind it when they brag it and they put it out there and they publicize it, because how else do you get the publicity unless you're using your platform, which is Raw, SmackDown, the network, whatever they have at their resource? Why not use that as a way to brag on yourself? Because no one else is going to do it for you. So I'm fine with the grandstanding and the saying, hey, look at us, we're doing this women's event. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. And I think that situation reversed, if we were promoting our business or promoting something nice that we're doing, why wouldn't you use that platform in front of millions of people to get in front of and talk about? Because like I said, I didn't know anything about Impact's women's event, but WWE's event, I knew about it in 2 seconds because they're out there, they brand, they market, they get it. That's the bottom line. It's a business. WWE is a business, and it all falls back to the whole event going on in Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to cancel my network, and I'm not going to begrudge people who do. I get it. But let's face facts. WWE for years, there has been controversial stance, controversial whatever, in different, things that people would find offensive, or even in entertainment itself, the NFL, Hollywood, Major League Baseball. There's something that's going to offend everyone. So I'm fine with what WWE is doing. The Evolution event will be a great event. I'd book it differently, but that's what fantasy booking is all about. Bottom line is, I think they're doing a fine job, and I take it seriously when they say they're behind the women and in making this event happen. They have shown it over the last 18 months or so, and I think that's going to even get more intense once Stephanie McMahon gets even more of a role, more of a hand, and Triple H for that matter. I think he has done a good thing. I don't think you have to be a woman to show respect and equality and whatnot for women's issues. So that being said, and I rambled a little longer than I wanted to, but thank you very much for the question. And, I will answer more questions on this week's podcast. Matt Nelson submitted that question about evolution. Thanks, everyone, and enjoy the show on Sunday night.